welcome to the Candid Athletic Training Podcast. I'm Kevin, this is Chad.
We're back.
And we're back. You know,
Hiatus.
viruses.
Whoa! Look at that
Who's
Christmas
there?
surprise.
Look at that.
Oh,
Welcome
Aaron's on the live stream.
Back to the show, Aaron. Good to have you.
You feel you're out there.
I'm a little out of the picture here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we turn the camera?
Nah, just get
We're good.
cozy. You know, it's Christmas time.
It is Christmas. And
And-
she's what? Can we say that? Can we say that? Can we say that?
No way.
We cannot.
Can we tell
Can we say
everybody?
that?
You just let us know.
But there was a candid bombshell
Jesus.
in the first. How long we been on? Less than a
Marion.
minute.
You and
I
Mary.
want an okay here. What?
Okay, we can.
Aaron is pregnant
with child.
with child, not with emotion.
I'm
pregnant. What is that?
I really hope that her due date is this Monday, and her significant other are traveling the country trying to find a manger to sleep in.
A manger.
That's awesome.
Well, congratulations to Aaron
Congratulations, Aaron. Aaron, is this number one?
with a human
Human baby.
Well,
Oh,
what's the
thank
movie?
goodness.
What's the quote? What am I thinking of? I'm pregnant with.
What?
There's a movie. Damn.
I'm lost.
Um.
I'm lost. I'm pregnant with
Oh,
an alien.
it's Knocked Up.
Okay.
The Knocked
Don't
Up
know
scene.
that. I don't know that movie very.
Number
very,
one.
very
When
well.
are you due?
Yep.
Do we know gender, all that
Yeah.
stuff that dudes are supposed to ask and they don't because we're just happy for people. Women are locked in on all the details, and is that fair to say? Can I say that?
It's pretty. Yeah. I will say.
My wife will be like, "So what's all the details?" And I'll be like,
Yeah.
"They're pregnant."
They're pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I will say going through 2 pregnancies.
July 4th.
Woohoo!
That's the best day.
USA. That is freaking amazing. Oh, Aaron, I hope you're on your due date. That's a pretty cool day to be born.
America.
Born
On
in the USA.
Yeah, born, Independence Day, baby.
Oh,
That's cool.
that
That's
is
my
so
favorite
cool.
holiday. I'm
Congratulations,
super
Aaron.
excited for you. So
You're in the thick of it. You are. Enjoy it. Enjoy it.
So that means you're 7 months away, 6 months away.
Listen, if your man has anything he wants to talk to 2 other gentlemen that have had kids recently, you just let him know. We'll talk him through it.
Talk him off the ledge.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
him down. Well, this is Candid Athletic Training. That was fun. Way to start.
That is a good math. That's
Yeah.
what Chad's good at. That's so cool. That was a great way to start the show. I think we just cancel the show now. We just celebrate the
Aaron.
new life that's coming into
Yeah.
the world. Who wants to talk about athletic training when you can talk about
I do. Not really. I was off last week. I missed
You were.
it. I got COVID.
the vid?
You haven't had it, have you? You've
Nope.
not. Yeah.
I haven't.
It finally caught me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How'd it go? Tell the folks how it went. You know, live here
So,
on this
sure.
podcast. What was your experience?
Last week,
getting
Monday, I had a little bit of nausea. I thought maybe I was pregnant.
COVID?
A little nausea.
First trimester.
I was cold at work, but everybody was cold at work because it was like freezing at work. Everyone was wearing jackets, and I was like, yeah, I get it.
Interesting.
Went home that night, had a little bit of a headache.
Hmm.
Woke up the next morning, still nauseous, headache, a little bit of a runny nose. I'm like, I should probably just stay home. I had kind of talked about it with Julie. She's like, why don't you just take the day off, even if you're really not sick, but you can get some stuff done. I was like, that's probably a good idea. But then I did feel kind of crappy. And then my boss
you
was
to
like,
work when
hey,
you're
would you
sick.
just take a COVID test? And I was like, for sure. And I did. And it was positive. I was like,
Wow.
oh, damn. So I had to take the rest of the week off.
Well, thanks.
Headache and nausea was the worst of it for me.
How long did it last?
Yeah, like I would say 36 hours.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the cough and the postnasal drip is continued. But I think that's
Sure.
kind of just me in general.
You in general are a postnasal drip.
Yeah, chronic sinus. I have
Yep.
chronic sinus infection.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
it made me appreciate being in the non-traditional setting, I'll say that, where I didn't feel as bad for. I was like, it was my first time in my entire adult life. I took off of work for
being sick. Wow.
And I was like,
that's a good call.
I've never had to do this before, and I didn't feel bad because I was like, they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Had I been in a traditional setting, I would have felt much guiltier about it.
That's true.
You just feel guilty when you miss work as a traditional athletic trainer because you know you're already stretched thin, and then when you miss, somebody else has to pick up the slack, so there's just stretched that much thinner.
Yeah. We just need more athletic trainers out there.
More ATs.
I've been saying that, right?
For a long time.
I think the answer is we get more athletic trainers hired to ease the burden versus just easing each individual job or the expectations of each job. I think the expectations for an athletic trainer are actually pretty appropriate. There just needs to be more people doing the same job with each other. Does that make sense?
I agree.
think that makes sense.
More employed ATs. Agreed, Craig.
And I think, I don't know, I've had a nice positive experience as of late that people are understanding the profession a little bit more. I think a lot of my patients they're starting to know what athletic trainers can do, which is really cool. And I think
it's like 50-50 for me. Some patients are like, oh, and you clearly don't know what we do. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
It's interesting. We need more people like ourselves and other, just more people like us who are promoting the profession.
Yeah.
In our own ways.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it out there right now. If you are interested in being an athletic trainer in a non-traditional setting, and you're looking to work with some really awesome people and other athletic trainers,
and move to Milwaukee,
I got a spot for you. I really do.
Two spots.
I really do. I have a need for speed in hiring. Well, not hiring. I don't hire athletic trainers. I bring them on, and they're their own little business within my larger business, and you become a rock star.
Recruiting.
You treat a bunch of great people. And the space behind me, that's all for you too. Kevin, you can do your rehabs. You can work people out. What if your jam as an athletic trainer is like Chad and you prefer to live a little bit more on that strength and conditioning side of athletic training and rehab? I got a spot for you. You want to only work on bodies? You love touching bodies, hopefully alive ones.
I got
a spot for you. I got a spot for you. Or if you know any athletic trainers in the Milwaukee area, Wisconsin area, and they're looking for a change in their direction of their career, or they're looking for something that they just want to work with yours truly, you tell them to contact me.
He's hiring. All right, I need to do something here.
Are you going to drink my...
No, but I just want to... This is the most That's What She Said cup I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's a coffee cup that Kevin's drinking out of.
Yeah.
And there's like layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels to this cup. I'm going to go top down here. No. Not yet. Closer. Almost there.
Oh.
Climax.
Yes.
I mean, ready. It says ready.
Yeah, never mind.
It's a That's What She Said cup. It's incredible, Kevin.
You know what? I've never even read the cup.
No, not yet. Closer. Almost there. Ready. It's just like an escapade.
One of those classic, like I've seen these on... I swear to God, I've had these cups for a year now, and I've never read them. I didn't even know that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. But yeah, no, not yet. Closer.
You could just...
Almost there.
If you took that...
Ready.
If you took that...
Yeah. What are you doing with your hand there?
Just imagine. It's just... That's the growth chart.
The growth chart. That would,
suffice.
I don't know if
you must be on the live stream to catch that joke. All right. We do have a fun show for you. Sorry that we had to take off last week. I did jump on Instagram Live for a couple minutes and tried to invite people on and just meet a couple people. I met, a handful of people and just said hello. So that was fun.
Hello.
We'd like to do that more often.
Mhm.
That's the best part of the job is talking to other athletic trainers. So,
Mm-hmm.
let's
Yes.
thank some people.
Okay.
Let's thank the official sponsor of Candid Athletic Training,
Who
Healthy
is
Roster.
that?
Check them out at www.healthyroster.com. They're doing so much fun stuff. If you are unhappy with your current medical record system, that should be the first call that you not necessarily call. Just check out their website first
Who
at
you gonna call?
healthyroster.com. Yeah.
Healthy roster.
Yeah.
Healthy roster.
Peter Venkman of EMRs. Healthy Roster. Yeah, check them out. Smart Tools at smarttoolsplus.com, 10% off using the code CANDID10. And Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. Let's put them up here. Hold on a second. All my things are gone. So let's see if I got this right. Smart
All the
Tools
things.
and Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. Discount on your professional liability insurance if you are a member of Candid Athletic Training. You guys, I use Healthy Roster at my job. I love it. That is from Erin.
That is.
She loves it. She doesn't like it.
Loves it.
Loves it.
A personal testimonial from mom to be. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so I think I know this answer, but do you get excited for people when they're pregnant?
Do I?
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, excited. Like, it's so much hard work.
It is.
But I'm happy for them because I assume that's what they want.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I now have a
You have two of them.
when people tell me that they're pregnant, I'm actually now a little more on the line of like I'm so excited for you. You are in for an adventure.
It's fun because my friend, our friend Mike gets.
Yeah.
He is the opposite. He's the I don't ever want kids.
Correct.
He finds out and he says, "My condolences." And he says it jokingly. Obviously, he's happy for the people but like that's just not how he thinks.
Yeah. There are people out there like that. There really are.
Yeah.
A lot of people that probably listen to this podcast. I'm just telling you the difference between before I had kids and now I have kids. I do feel like I've changed my reaction to when somebody's about to have a kid.
There's more warm and fuzzy.
Yeah, a little more warm and fuzzy. I'm there, and also, I already have that like, oh, let me tell you all of the things that I think you should do, like every other stupid parent that has ever lived, because everybody knows what to do, and you're doing it perfectly. It's not true. Everybody's going to give you advice, but I definitely have fallen into that trap a little bit. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. We just got a thumbs up. I didn't know that was a thing. We got a like.
We got
I don't even know what that. I don't even know. Yeah, that's cool. Why the hell do I have to carry the baby?
Because, and this is why. Number one, the human population would end if men had to carry the baby. It's just a fact. The human population would end. We wouldn't do it. We're lazy. We're not going to go through that. We just don't have it in us. So, utilize the fact that you are doing something that we can't, and get that man to do so many things for you.
It's the ultimate chip. Like, hey, I carried the kid. You can play that card. It's the ultimate trump card.
Yeah.
You carrying the child is like a get out of jail free card that you can use as many times as you want for
100%.
as long as you want. Like, look, I carried the fucking thing. Now do what I need you to do. Trust me. The card has been played.
Yep. And keep playing it.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
You really do. You really do.
Yeah, he's not stretching his body out.
Nope.
So.
Not at all.
All right, let's do some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Ready? Oh, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Christmas your favorite?
Oh, the
Christmas
weather
your favorite
outside
holiday?
is frightful. You know what? My entire life, I would have said Christmas is my favorite holiday. It was my chance to see all of my family in a very short period. I like the warm and fuzziness that comes along with it. As I've gotten older, it's been a little more work than it has been warm and fuzzy. It upsets me that it stresses me out a little bit more than it should. Thanksgiving is my favorite meal, but I'm going to say Christmas is still my favorite holiday.
Okay.
I also really like giving gifts. I enjoy giving. And so
You
I
like
don't,
giving more than receiving?
yeah, I'm the giver. I'm the giver.
With
And
with a beard like that, you better be. Those mustaches?
not yet. Closer.
Closer.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. I think the act of gift giving is really fun. I've reined it in. Hello.
Hi.
Moroa?
Oshun.
Oshun.
Welcome.
Moroa.
Is it? Do we
That
say
is
that
a
right?
Moroa.
Moroa Oshun.
I really hope we're saying it right.
Welcome.
Welcome
Where are you from?
to the show.
She likes to give. Good for
She
you.
likes to give. I think I've had to rein it in over the years. I think I used to give everybody gifts. I used to legitimately spend way too much money, overthink all of it. And me and my wife have now tried to like hone that in, and it's like Maisha.
Ah.
And I think I love the idea of like the Secret Santas now. Like we've done it with a family where like
You do like
know,
Secret Santa.
yeah. It's because instead of feeling pressured to find all these gifts for all these different people, it's just like, hey, let's just focus on one at a time. And like it is a nice break, but I still like the act of finding something special for somebody.
That's great. Maisha.
Yeah, tell me.
I shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
She's here.
Don't tell me anything.
She's a podcast listener. She's not an athletic trainer.
That's okay.
She's just a friend. So welcome to the live stream. It's fun.
Welcome.
I'm glad you joined. That's really cool.
You're gonna learn a lot.
How is
about
life? Things are good. Are you all set
training.
for Are you all set for the holiday? Okay. Here's where I want to start tonight. Let's start with a Christmas fat.
No. Yes.
Fictional athletic trainer debate, Kev.
Okay.
Who would make a better athletic trainer between Ebenezer Scrooge or the Grinch? Which I don't know if we've done either of these characters. We might have done the Grinch. We're not sure.
The Grinch. Well, of the two characters, I like the Grinch more.
You like the Grinch more?
Yeah.
What is it? Because they're green?
No.
Is it because? Why is it?
He's hilarious.
Is it the Jim Carrey version?
Yeah. You know, I didn't really like the movie back in the day, and then the more I watched it as an adult, it is pretty damn funny. I really like it. Okay, the Grinch. The Grinch. Seems pretty resourceful. Has figured out how to live on a mountaintop.
He has a dog-eat-dog therapy.
I was getting there, Aaron. Hey, Nate. And he's solo. He's unhappy that he's solo, but he doesn't want to admit it to everybody. But he does thrive in a situation where he's got his dog and then everything else that he's possessing, including a home inside of a mountain that he's
got a bat cave.
Yeah, bat cave. That's a good way.
ATR.
And, you know, he resents all the other people that get to have fun all the time. Maybe don't like see how important it is to be grumpy about everything that you do all the day long, and that is your job, but eventually grows a heart 3 sizes too big because he sees the good that he could bring to everybody else. And that is to stop being such a Grinch and to provide the folks with the lighthearted, fun, charismatic humor that he can provide.
He's definitely the lurk in the shadows, like behind the
I'm making
scenes.
this shit up as I go.
Well, that's what you do best. This is why we have you on the podcast. It's literally because you can, on a whim, come up with.
Oh my god.
He's like the better, like,
He's really
I'll
strong.
I'll climb through the chimneys and hide and like sneaky. He's just sneaky. An athletic trainer, you're not always forefront. You're oftentimes in the background.
Yeah.
He is resourceful. He uses what's available.
Yeah.
Those are all good points. Kyle says, PSA, if your heart grows 3 times its size, please go to the ER immediately. Here's what I'm going to say about Ebenezer Scrooge. He's the ghost, he's the ghost of Christmas past, ghost of Christmas present, the ghost of Christmas future. It's kind of like a CEU. Of course, it's like that snapshot. Where was I? Where am I? Where do I want to be?
Okay.
I think that's important for athletic trainers.
Know
where you came from, know where you are, know where you want to go. He also is this, hey, I want to be left alone until I don't want to be left alone. Be okay being by yourself. He's he's also self-sufficient. Super smart guy by all accounts. Like he made a fortune somehow. It wasn't just an inheritance, I believe. I believe he kind of earned it. Not afraid to get his hands dirty.
What about?
Kind of calm under pressure. I mean, shit, if a ghost visited me, I'd be freaked the hell out. And he was calm.
Okay.
So he is a little crotchety.
He's crotchety
at the beginning, but so was the Grinch.
He's mean. So Aaron brings up he's mean to his partner and then his employee. Now
sounds like Maisha.
could an athletic trainer utilize a little bit more Scrooge in their life of standing up for like, nope, I need you to come in at this time. I don't really care what the hell else you got going on.
Yeah, you need rules in your athletic training room.
We might need a little more Scrooge McDuck in our lives.
Scrooge McDuck versus Ebenezer Scrooge. I loved DuckTales. I miss DuckTales.
Ooh.
Like, that was a great cartoon.
It was a great cartoon.
Maybe, for me, my Mount Rushmore of cartoons from when I was a kid.
Really?
Maybe.
Ooh, that's strong. That's strong. I did watch a hell of a lot of it.
Scooby-Doo, DuckTales.
Scooby-Doo is definitely up there for me.
Batman
animated series is hands down.
But see, I was thinking more like
greatest thing that's ever existed.
The Batman when he came on, it was Scooby-Doo. It was the Scooby-Doo with Batman, Scooby-Doo with the Globetrotters.
Yeah. What else is positive about these two Christmas grumpy Gusses? Darkwing Duck. Love it.
So
love it.
The Grinch is probably a little. I would say they're both resourceful.
Which one? Okay.
Who has better questions?
Oh.
Who's better at eval? When we can always go this route.
Who's better in eval?
Analyzing the situation.
Well, first thought is Scrooge. Because he's analytical about everything he does, and so therefore he doesn't really care about what's outside of the box. He just cares about his bottom dollar
Yeah.
and what is going to get the company
Sounds
in the
like
right direction.
sounds like a professional baseball AT.
The Grinch.
Good at the budget. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Which one do you think would be better?
Hands-on skills?
Yeah, I was saying like I was gonna
Probably the Grinch.
He's got those weird hands though.
That's
With all
true.
like the extra like fur on the end of him.
He could work in the cold weather a little bit better.
Okay.
Although Scrooge is dressed a little bit nicer, maybe cover some basketball.
Let's see here. What about dealing with who would deal with coaches, parents, administration better?
The Grinch. He would kind of Scrooge would be too combative.
Yeah. I could see that.
Grinch came up with a whole scheme to get what he wants, steal Christmas. Scrooge needed ghosts to tell him what he was doing wrong. Just some continuing education. We all need it.
Grinch is a little.
I'll put it up.
Okay,
social
rehab.
media.
Rehab.
Better planner.
Yeah. Probably
Grinch.
Scrooge.
So that's why
Grinch had the whole scheme. So he had a really great scheme. The idea that he could steal everybody's presents after Santa left them and before everybody woke up, that's a pretty ingenious plan. Execution. He actually executed well too. And what else would there be? I don't know. What do you think? You tell me.
Personally, I'm torn. I just put up on social media. We can wait till the end of the show and see what the people say. But I think I'm gonna go with. I think I was leaning Scrooge at the beginning, but now I'm kind of leaning Grinch.
Okay.
Because he's got a little bit softer edge to him. I mean, they both came around as characters at the end, so tough, very tough. Okay, let's see what the people vote on, and we'll come back to it.
Grinch.
You're saying Grinch?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I think I am too. Friend or foe, Kevin?
Bring it.
Wearing long sleeves underneath a polo.
Long sleeves underneath a polo.
Friend or foe? Long sleeves underneath your polo. Do you like that look?
Foe.
Foe.
Mm-hmm. Foe. I get the look.
Na 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 na. She's got the look.
I think.
Who sang that? She's got the look. I know Nate will probably know, or Kyle. Stevie Nicks?
No. She's got the look.
I'll tell you what. We put this up a couple hours ago. Man, this is a great. This is a great friend or foe because on social media it's literally 51 to 49%. Roxette, thank you, Craig.
When you scrunch up those sleeves,
that's kind of me. I'm like, let's push up to elbow. This is where I live right here. This is me.
Yeah.
Especially doing treatment.
Yeah.
I could not have. I hated sleeves down by my wrists when doing any sort of treatment, any sort of massage. I had to put. I was a push bunch it up.
But like now you bunched it up, and now when it goes back down, it's like now you got this like.
Nah, not when you got forearms like this.
That's what I'm saying. You got forearms, and so that stretches the cuff out, and now your shirt's all like stretched out, or it gets all wrinkly and it doesn't look good. And then if you're listening, or if you're wearing like something that isn't like an Under Armour, that's not gonna like get wrinkly. it still stretches out a little bit. I think the and then if you want to use your elbow, it looks like this, right? And then you got the scrunched up all the way above your elbow, and then it's weird.
So
I don't know. I don't like it.
You're saying faux to wearing long sleeves underneath the polo.
Mm-hmm.
What about long? Are you just saying long sleeves underneath any shirt?
Yeah.
So you're saying any shirt. See, like I am, obviously I wore
You're
a
layered.
shirt. I'm layered today right now, but I kind of dislike wearing a long sleeve underneath a polo. I think I probably have in my life. I should probably be quiet. Kevin, you're scrunching too high.
I know.
Above the elbows is an illegal scrunch.
It definitely is, but sometimes if you need to use the elbow,
offsides like Kadarius Toney.
Now you have a scrunched up like bit of your shirt that you can't just like take off and remove and get rid of. Like you have to take this shirt off, and then you're left with this one. I don't know. I would prefer to wear a layer over the top
of a polo.
Oh,
so what's the point of the polo then?
That's a bad one too. You know what I used to do?
Well, so Joel Ludke said quarter zips.
Yeah.
So that was his
like
quarter zip over the top. So he's going 3 layers deep.
No, 2.
Depends on he's like, but I said friend or foe long sleeve under the polo, and his response was quarter zip over the top. And then Ed said depends on the weather and cannot be loose fitting.
Yeah, I can't do loose fitting. It's going to have to be like, that's the other thing I don't like.
Why do we need a collar?
The amount of like long sleeve shirts that you can't fit underneath your regular size polo, like when it looks all baggy underneath something that is supposed to be a little baggy, I'm not down with it. I'm not down with it.
Kevin's a 1-layer person.
No, I mean I got a sweatshirt on, and I got my my shirt underneath. I really, really, really don't like the polo underneath a sweater or whatever look with the little collar poking out.
So you don't popped collars?
No, I'm gonna say I wear something. Even when I was in baseball, in the dugout, I would avoid wearing my polo by wearing like a quarter zip over the top, and I would just wear a t-shirt underneath. I would rather do that than do long sleeve underneath a polo.
You'd rather do a heavier layer over the top of a polo than a lighter layer underneath the polo.
I'd rather not wear a polo at all and wear a t-shirt with a heavier layer over the top. Nobody is any the wiser.
That you're not wearing the polo.
Correct. And I still got my team or my brand or whatever on the front.
So how do you feel about long sleeve polos? Because that's the conversation that's going on the live stream right now.
That's tough.
A long sleeve polo.
Not a fan. It's still a polo. What I really don't like about it. Okay, I will take the long sleeve under a polo over the long sleeve polo because eventually, as you see, I am going to roll it up, and I am very much. I roll it up. I'm a 3/4 length all the time. I'm warm, but my hands are free. But when I'm treating, if I know I need my elbow of any situation, I definitely am not wearing.
You're taking it off rather than pushing it up.
I'm just taking it all off.
Take it off.
Take it off. I'm ready now. I'm ready now.
What am I, a toddler? I kind of agree with you. If I'm going elbows deep on someone, I would rather take off the top layer than push up the long sleeve. That's a really good take. Man, this is why we do a podcast, because I think this needs to go up on social media and let people talk about this.
And
the profession. I guess I'm going to say friend to the long sleeve underneath the polo. I think it's okay.
I don't like big polos.
or cannot lie. I don't like.
And
So you're
so if I don't
your
like
other brothers cannot deny.
if I like my polo to fit appropriately, and
You like your polo like you like your coffee.
for me, I would have a hard time finding things that I could wear underneath a polo.
Tight fitting polos.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. I don't like
show off the
I don't.
guns in your tight fitting polo.
I look at pictures of me.
That being said,
I'm a bad picture taker to begin with, but like I don't. I'm a bad dresser. I'm a very casual dresser. I've probably gone too baggy. Whoa, there was a glitch. That was great.
Jesus.
I think I've gone way too casual or way too baggy in previous years. I'm just starting to get to the, hey, I could probably improve my appearance if I wore a little bit tighter fitting clothes in the last year or so. So yeah, I agree with you. A little bit tighter.
Yeah.
On the polo.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we've gotten anywhere. It was 51% on the social media. 51%. Let me just refresh here. 51 to 49. Friend.
Friend over foe.
Yeah.
Oh, Nate missed it. Nate, Aaron's
He
breakers.
missed the big reveal.
Teach you to be late.
As if and if Kayla was here, she would say, was it candid or planned?
Oh.
It was.
Who's that kid?
Oopsie.
You want me to bring him on the podcast? I'll tell you who that kid is.
Who's that kid? Planned. It was a planned or a candid.
That's just a young gentleman working out in the space behind us. Because, yes, if you missed the beginning of the podcast, there's another kid. We are looking for more athletic trainers to work at yours truly, Structural Elements in SE Lab here in Shorewood, Wisconsin. Shorewood is a tiny little neighborhood just north of downtown Milwaukee. If you're looking for new opportunities.
And we'll let you on the show as much as you want.
Oh, my God, every time you want.
Okay, I think that was a really fun friend or foe.
Okay, next.
You ready for an FMK?
Sure.
We're going to just do a Christmas FMK.
Please.
We talked about an athletic training FMK, and we're like, what's the point? It's Christmas season.
This kid, he's really trying to be on the podcast.
What are they doing in there?
He's really trying to be on the podcast. Aaron, you're hired.
Hired. You just have to move here. That'd be great. Okay. Christmas time activities / chores /
You're
duties.
hired, Kyle.
Yeah, we should definitely talk more wrestling. I saw that you got together with Larry Hack, and I was super jealous. Oh, Craig wants to chime in here on the. Personally, I have gone away from the polo. I prefer a t-shirt under a quarter zip, or a pullover inside, a long sleeve tee under outside. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Hop.
Hopper's back, and he says, I can't say that I've had many long sleeve polos. I prefer an Under Armour compression long sleeve shirt. So he's a friend. He's saying friend, long sleeve underneath the polo. Which I think that's where I'm laying too. I'm laying on the friend zone. I'm friend zoning that one. All right, Christmas FMK.
Bring it.
Hanging lights. Wrapping presents.
Ooh.
Making cookies.
Hey.
You got to F1, marry one, kill one. If you're on the live stream, let us know. Do you like all these parts of the Christmas? Do you not like these parts of the Christmas? I think this is a very fun debate. I definitely have opinions.
Do you want to start?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I want to marry.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wrap it up.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know it's probably, and here's why. It's just become my own little tradition.
Oh.
I don't
Traditions are good.
I don't wrap any presents until
Definitely didn't wrap it
Christmas
up a
Eve. I
couple
didn't
years
wrap it
ago.
up a couple of years ago. Mahisha says she just likes to bake the cookies. That's great. Um, so my Christmas tradition is to wait until my wife goes to bed, and then I just sit downstairs with a hot chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just wrap presents, and I think
Mm-hmm.
about the people that I am wrapping the presents for, and I get a little
Mm-hmm.
nostalgic and think about the year, and I kind of treat it as a like let's take a look at the year in review and what these people mean to me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then be thankful for them.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
I will marry that.
Good for you.
Uh,
Good for you, Pete.
I think I'm going to. Man, I don't know. I think I have to F the lights.
Okay.
I have a love hate relationship with them.
Oh.
Kind of like last year was really bad. Like they didn't. We bought cheap ones. They didn't work.
Oh.
Julie likes it way more than I, so she like has kind of taken it on, and I'm kind of okay with that. I think they look great when they're done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably a little bit more work than needs to be, kind of
Oh.
like effing.
Oh.
Um, but when it's done right, it
Mm.
looks and feels good.
Ready.
Ready, Ready Player One. Cookies. You know what? Screw all you glutinous people. All that gluten out there
Yeah.
can go away. Like people, like they had a Kringle eating contest at work today. Like they had a
Oh.
bunch of Kringles, and then everybody got to eat the Kringles, and they rated them, which was the best, the second best. I was like, screw all you glute
Mm.
eaters. The same
Jerks.
thing with the cookies.
Freaking
Gluten
jerks.
free cookies, not great.
Mm.
And I'm sure cookies are great. God dang, I miss cookies. So, but I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it. What about you here?
I am. I'm gonna kill hanging the lights.
Killing it.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. That like I love it when it's done. I think there's
I prefer it when it's over.
like I think there's a beauty to it, and I think it's cool. But of all these things, like I don't. If I'm gonna kill something and love it when it's done, I mean I'm gonna love it when it's done. I finished the task. When you're done effing, you're not. You want to. You kind of miss what was happening a little bit. Like you like the end of it, but you don't like what's after. You don't like what's after at all. That's like the worst part of it. You like everything building up to it. So there's no chance I can F hanging lights because everything about hanging lights is nowhere near the anticipation and action of effing. So I'm gonna F presents, wrapping presents. I think the reason I'm going with that, it's not my everyday thing, and I'm glad that it's not my everyday thing. I, the, the anticipation of it is very stressful, heightened, I'm going to say. But while you're doing it, I agree with you. While I'm wrapping gifts, it's kind of fun. It's really fun to like, oh, this is nice. I can't wait for somebody to unwrap this gift. I'm really happy that I got this for them. Oh, you know what? At the end of this, it really wasn't that bad. It was actually kind of nice to wrap all of this stuff. Now, cookies. I'm going to marry the shit out of cookies because I don't care what day, what time of year, whatever. At the end of that, I still get some cookies. I even get to eat some of the cookie batter while it's going on. I love cookies. I could eat the crap out of cookies. Some of my favorite things in the world are cookies. And so I definitely want some cookies every single day, all day. I'll go to sleep with those cookies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I love
You're
some
all about the
Christmas
cookies. Do you have a
Even-
favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Favorite cookie?
Yeah.
Like a really nice, thick, juicy, not juicy, soft,
Juicy cookies.
soft,
Can I put that down? Can cookies
Sure.
be juicy?
soft, with a little kind of like burnt edge chocolate chip. I love oatmeal raisin. But like Christmas time, you don't know where I am at a Christmas party. It's probably by the cookie tray, because I'm snacking. I'm snacking at a Christmas party. I love cookies.
Maisha said, I just like to bake cookies. Craig said, F the cookies. Merry wrapping presents, kill hanging lights. Aaron says, same on the wrapping. Kill hanging the lights. F the cookies. Marry the wrapping the presents. Kyle says, marry the cookies. I enjoy baking. F wrapping gifts. Kind of fun to do.
Kind of.
Kill hanging lights. I have climbing. Oh, I hate climbing on my roof. Nate said, kill stringing up lights. So tangled constantly. Marry wrapping presents. Even the wrapping it has better F jokes. Oh, even though wrapping has better F jokes. Like the challenge of, he likes the challenge of a nice, neat wrap job.
Oh.
F cookies. I can't do it by myself. Maisha said, I believe you should not work outside of work. I think that has to do with the cooking, the baking.
Chad looks. What was it?
Apparently, I looked mad at you. I looked mad for something you said. I don't remember it. I wasn't mad.
So I was gonna freaking kill the lights.
Tuck and roll. My mom has celiac, so I'm versed in the gluten-free world. My husband said, marry the lights so he can enjoy his biannual cigar.
Oh,
wrapping,
nice.
kill the cookies.
I like that. Hanging out on a rooftop, smoking
So
a cigar.
when with the lights,
Mm-hmm.
when do they go up? When do they come down?
Well, if they are lights that are visible, like all year round, like some people have creatively hidden their lights so that you can't see if they're not like literally plugged in. So you leave those up all year round. But if you are putting your lights up before Thanksgiving and particularly turning them on, stop it.
When do you take them down though?
So
after Thanksgiving, and I agree. Any time after Thanksgiving is fair game to me. How long do they stay up? Kind of depends on the weather.
See, and that's what I was gonna say. Like around here, I mean, if it's a shitstorm out there between Christmas and New Year's, like it's okay, leave them up. But I would say manage to get them down before New Year's.
Before the real cold temperatures.
I do respect lights can be cool on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve. I think it's kind of like I don't know, continue the party a little bit, enjoy, celebrate the new year. But at the same time, if your lights are still up through January and there's no reason for them because the weather is fine, get them down. Get them down.
Yeah, or just leave them until the spring. If it's too cold, then just too cold. Just don't turn them on.
I'd take them down.
Okay.
Unless they're covered in ice and snow, that means what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, then you have no option. They're just like stuck there.
Yeah. I totally respect when people try to, like, if they're putting lights up and it's warm out, it's, reasonably warm out. I think it's completely fine.
Aaron too.
As long as
Nisi,
people
Aaron
can't
too.
see.
She was late too.
Oh. Bump. Yeah. What's next?
Okay. Let's just have one more quick lights talk. Or like Christmas decorations, outdoor Christmas decorations. Floodlights.
I like it. Aaron, you were very late. You're
yeah,
still late.
Still late. Floodlights, inflatables.
I wonder if
Or
she'll
lights.
I wonder if she'll get it. It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. You were late.
It's a joke.
You were late. What? Did you ask a question?
Yeah, floodlights, inflatables, or like
Oh,
string lights.
I'm not a big fan of the floodlight thing. I get it.
Oh, see, I just was thinking that's the way I want to go from now
Yeah,
on.
no,
A
'cause
good
it's
looking
easy.
flood. Yeah,
It's easy. Yeah.
if it's done well,
I'm not a
they
fan
look
of
cool.
I think the inflatables are okay.
If I lived in a
like
better neighborhood, I think I'd go inflatables, but I just don't trust our neighborhood.
Yeah. I like the inflatable stuff. I love a 12-foot Santa. But at the same time, I know so many people that have them, and they're like, they pull out of the ground. Half the time, they're just like they're ugly, and they're like
Looks like
flat
they're
on the
hungover.
ground. Yeah, like there's
Oh, Santa's getting bent over again.
nope. I think, God, the lights have to be the way to go.
No, they're the hardest to
I know.
manage.
There's just something about like a green and red light just going on your
Oh, it just
friggin'
glitched
house.
again. What the hell?
I don't know. Am
It's
I
because
hitting
you're.
some? Am I hitting some?
I don't know.
Hopefully it's just not glitching on their end. Then it'd be fine.
Yeah. How about this?
I love it, Nisi. Just decorated a tree.
Like this is my brother's house.
Yeah,
That looks pretty legit though.
it is legit. I think it's too much. I don't know if I like I don't like it. I think it.
That's too much.
Yeah,
Too much flooding.
it's too much flooding. No offense, Jason. I'll be. What about the lights that are like projecting like a picture of Santa onto the side of a house?
And it's like rotating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of consider that like a floodlight kind of idea.
I love Christmas decorations. I've never had to really, other than when I was a little kid, help my mom like decorate, and that's just fun stuff. Haven't had to really do it as an adult.
Sure.
But I'll tell you what. I promise you, next year, when I have a home, if you drive past my house, my wife will have that thing decorated like a Christmas tree. It'll be lit up. She loves some Christmas decorations.
Yeah, that's what Julie's all about too.
She loves it. Her and her dad used to like go out there for hours, and she enjoys the process of it.
We started watching what's the new Eddie Murphy movie, the Christmas decorating one. We started it.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called? We got through like the first 45 minutes and we have to get back to it. It was
Sure.
so far it was pretty entertaining.
Oh, that's good.
I forgot what it was called.
It's like a
Streaming on something.
yeah. It's Eddie Murphy Christmas movie. Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah, Candy Cane Lane, which we
have
here.
a Candy Cane Lane in
Yeah,
Milwaukee.
I'm guessing all places have. Well, I'm guessing most. Yeah.
No, only here.
The original, the
The
OG
original, the
Candy
best.
Cane Lane.
It's actually gone way downhill since we were.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same
I
thing.
grew up
like it's good. but it's
literally
not,
down the
like,
street
yeah,
from there.
Yeah.
Man, it used to be crazy. It was cool. It's not nearly as good as it used to be. I wonder if it is the same as it used to be, and I'm just older.
Correct. I had that same
think?
thought process. Like they just keep the same decorations, and the expectations are like, oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Either way, what do you want to do?
Let's do our feature topic.
Okay. When I hear this music, I want to be like, breaking news.
Breaking news, yeah.
Candy Cane Lane has just exploded.
gruesome.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else.
Santa is gone for the winter.
Neighbor's inflatable Santa has now gone flying into the sky. Could you have ever been a news anchor? Do you think you could have been
No
a news?
chance.
Yeah, me neither.
The only guy I know that could do it is Dan Franzak.
Ooh, he could do it. I would listen to that news. Man, that would be a good newscast.
All right. So I was at work yesterday, and this happens basically every day. But yesterday, for some reason, I just stopped. I was waiting on a patient to show up, and I was just in a room patiently waiting for a patient. And we use a room in our, so we're attached. Our clinic is attached to a physical therapy facility, and I work the ortho now walk-in clinic.
It's also we use one of City Market.
We use one of the rooms in the physical therapy department, so I have a visual of the whole PT area.
Okay.
And every day I'll sit there and I'll watch them do biodex testing on someone.
Why?
Exactly my thought. Like 2-speed biodex testing, knee flexion extension.
Mm-hmm.
And they're screaming. I mean, and everyone does. Like, come on, go, fast, push, pull. Every day. And I wanted, in my head, I was like, watching the person struggle on the machine, going, what information are we getting? What are we doing?
Chad, what does this have to do with Christmas?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with Christmas. We're getting back to athletic training on Candid Athletic Training podcast here.
What the shit?
What the shit is going on here? And it just like, I was just watching the person strapped in, and it looked like they were sitting on a roller coaster ride.
Strapped in. Huh?
And so I put on social media, biodex testing, wrong answers only. What are we learning, or what are we doing? And I thought it would be fun. But the bigger, and I can read some of the answers if you'd like, specifically about the biodex testing.
Yeah.
But the question kind of begged, like, we've got, the hardcore research data, people that said, the traditional stuff, this is what we need to measure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not showing us any function. There's nothing, there's very little function in a biodex testing. And then the other extreme would be, the people who are doing BOSU squats, with all sorts of things.
True.
The functional training gone wrong.
Yeah. I was just having that conversation with somebody.
It's like a continuum, and I'm like, where are we in terms of what we should be doing? Like, biodex testing's, I think, way far on the one end.
Yeah.
Are you? Why don't you go ahead and read some of those?
Misty Hood Overfelt said to see if you could be a professional kicker in kickball.
Love it. Wrong answers only. Biodex testing.
John Juniet, getting Aaron Rodgers back on the field for games. I'm confused.
I think he was making a joke. Like,
I know. I don't know what it means. I apologize, John, but getting Aaron Rodgers. Somebody have to explain. He has explain. Now this wrong answers only. I like this one. To determine if an athlete is actually ready for return to play. That's the wrong answer.
It is.
Right? Because you're not ready to return to play if you can flex and extend your knee.
At 60 degrees per second.
Yeah. The pit of despair. It's one of the 3 guests for the Holy Grail. You have chosen wisely. Kevin Joyce. Matt Shearer. To see how many Pokemon you still have to catch and if you're ready to catch them. It's wonderful. Nate Marsh. Beta testing your first Iron Man suit. Leave it to Nate. That's a perfect answer, Nate. I love it. Gary Williamson at GDUBATC. Functional testing for return to play. Again.
Wrong answers only.
Autistic ATC. Compatibility for replacing with a bionic leg. I like it.
It's a fitting.
Colleen Early. To see if you can withstand the power of a flux capacitor. 1.21 gigawatts. Caitlin Place tests for genetic anomalies that predispose you to superhuman strength, but only in the lower extremity. I love it. Can cookies be juicy? Yes. And this just in. I can't vote on anything because Twitter X kicked me off. Wrong answers only. Gone bad.
It looked like someone was sitting like strapped on a roller coaster ride. You're like tucked
Yes.
in there. You can't move. You have to work so hard.
Okay. All right. Here's the thing. You have to choose your adventure here.
I love it.
Return to play. You can only use, like, you have two athletes.
Yep.
One athlete, goniometers, range of motion testing says within normal limits. You don't know the exact numbers, but within normal limits. Biodex testing says 90% to the other side.
This is all still one person?
Handheld dynamometers in certain ranges shows equal to pre-participation strength testing.
Okay.
Okay, that's athlete A.
I'm already out.
Athlete B. You have put them through a functional movement screen that is equal to their pre-participation exam. You have watched them do, what was that test we did that we friend or foe the other day?
The hopping?
The hopping one? Is that right?
The Gustafson?
The Gustafson. You've watched them do the Gustafson test, and they pass, right? You have seen them have no dysfunction in the rehab, but you take both of these athletes, and let's say it's a soccer player, and you've never seen them on a soccer field playing soccer. Which one are you clearing for activity? Like clearing to play. Like you've never seen them practice. You've literally been you're in your cave. In one of them, you've only done biodex testing, goniometers, dynamometers, and the other one, you've only done functional screens.
Give me the functional screening person.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
Now, I would like to see some single leg squats kind of thing.
But how are you going to take a number off of a single leg squat?
Not. I don't need to.
Why not?
I don't need a number.
That doesn't make sense, Chad.
I need to watch them move.
You're ridiculous.
I want to see them single leg squat 5 times in a row on each side and see what it looks like. Give me my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I want to see a depth jump. Give me a depth jump.
So, are you okay? All right. Now you're now you have an athlete that gets re-injured. And the only thing you did was functional stuff. And the one that went through biodex testing doesn't get re-injured. Do you have your argument of why you brought that athlete back? I'm just being devil's advocate here, by the way.
Well, no, of course, if someone gets re-hurt, you're always going to second guess. How do you know? Or why didn't you know? Why didn't you have the data to say?
Yeah.
That's clearly why they do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everyone. I better be careful here.
So,
In our clinic, our doctors use the Biodex testing numbers, and it's to CYA.
CYA.
Cover your ass.
Yeah.
That's all anyone does in health, like in the clinic setting. Cover your ass.
Kind of what I was getting to. Are you living in a world where everything you do is to cover your ass? Or are you living in a world where you're really trying to cover your athlete's ass in that you know they're ready? I think sometimes as athletic trainers we get stuck in I don't want to be the one that's blamed for what's happening, right? And I think there are times when these old school methods of, let's even say, biodex testing becomes, well, what am I supposed to do if this person gets hurt again when we got them to 90% of the strength of the other side? Well, plain and simple, it doesn't just matter whether or not they're strong in just that one motion compared to the other side.
Sure.
Right? And that's the answer to that big question. I would challenge a lot of athletic trainers to take that information, like that Biodex information, and say, I don't think they're quite ready to then still go function as an athlete.
Yeah, I mean, there has to be a little bit of there has to be both. Mike said,
and I do. I agree. I think there needs to be both. I think you need to take data and make it functional.
Yeah.
I think you need to apply research. Well, what's the way to say it? What does Dave always say? He's not research based, he's research guided, I think is what he always says.
That's interesting.
He loves pushing the envelope and trying new things, but when he can use the research, use the Biodex information to push them another way, I think it's wonderful. I think me and you are very similar in that I'd rather just watch somebody move, whether or not I'm gonna see a dysfunction that is not going to be picked up on testing knee flexion and extension, right? You're gonna see up or down the chain of why this person might be not in a good spot to go return to play versus just relying on the data. And there's no way to, unless there is, I mean, if there is a way to do this, there's no way to put somebody in the environment that they need to be in to return to play and give a score.
Well, I'm sure that's what everyone's working towards.
Which will never happen. Because there's, how do you, because you never can replicate it, right, until you do it. And so there's always going to be this like little threshold of like,
sure.
Was he ready? I think the more data we're finding, I think also the more confused a lot of people are becoming. But me and you have always said we should keep things a lot more simple and then rely on that versus what's HRV saying, what's your Biodex saying, what's your whatever score saying.
Yeah, I mean Hopper is making a point. He's like, you're going to see more sports science coming into play in the future, collecting data. You're going to see where the data will integrate with function and vice versa. I think that's ultimately the goal. If you could figure out a way to merge them, that's the best case scenario, and that's where we need to be. So hopefully 10 years from now we can just set up a video camera and a mat, and it'll collect all the data you need, and it'll be like, yeah, this person's moving at 97%. That's a good enough score. It's just like a movement score.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it's just technology. At some point, we will get there, I think.
I kind of like that we aren't there. And
well, I mean, that's an interesting thought because then we should be the experts. You know,
Yeah.
we're not just AI spitting out whatever.
We are the we are the technology.
Yeah. Want Biodex strength numbers? There's technology in the weight room right now that calculates bar speed in your squats. Is that not the same type of data?
It's true. There
That
is that technology now.
yeah.
Yeah. Which a lot of people are using, like legitimately using instead of Biodex stuff. Instead of, because you can now move the entire body instead of just testing one joint. I think so much of our research has revolved around what is the force that is applied at this one specific joint that caused the injury at this one specific joint, that we've gotten away from all of the other joints that are interacting with that joint. Um,
Okay.
I would say I like Biodex testing from the standpoint of, let's use that as a barometer of, did the surgery work at
Well,
that joint?
I liken it to the FMS score. The FMS score is just a baseline. Can this
Sure.
person learn how to move?
Yeah.
The Biodex testing is, can this person's joint hold up under this amount of stress?
Yep.
Now that we know that this joint can hold up to the stress, let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be this person's ready to go.
Yeah. Right. Like if you're gonna go squat and you can't, and you're a 1 on the FMS and the overhead squat, probably not a good idea to squat with 135 pounds on your back. It's just really not. We need to clear that dysfunction up first. If you fail the Biodex knee flexion extension and everybody's yelling at you and boom, 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 and you still get a 70%, well, maybe we need to work on functionally accessing your knee flexion extension. That's where I think the Biodex doesn't do a very good job of giving us what we need to work on. The Biodex just literally tells us information, and it doesn't really guide, to me, doesn't really guide a direction of what's happening. It's just literally a yes or no, and that's not how the human body works. And
Sure.
so therefore, are we doing friend or foe? Is that what we're doing?
No, I was just sitting there in the room and I was watching this person get strapped into a chair and then kick and pull as hard as they can. And I was like, will they ever do that? Ever? Will they ever have to do that movement?
Usually not the kicking and pulling. Yeah.
Was it my toddler does?
Huh?
Put him in a high chair, like when he was in a high chair and he's kicking and screaming, sure.
Yeah.
But like, it just looks so silly to set up and do all this testing for something that the person's never going to really do in a normal everyday situation. So why do we do it? Again, kind of the same way I developed my own thought processes on unstable surface training, AirX pads and that kind of thing. Like, what are we doing? That's for another day.
Another day.
We've already done that. So
we have many times. But we'll do it again.
Really fun. We had a lot of people on the live stream who haven't been on in a couple weeks.
Awesome.
So thanks to everybody who jumped on the live stream. That was really fun.
Congrats, Aaron.
Congrats to Aaron. Thanks to everybody else who jumped on. Maisha, thank you. Not being an athletic trainer and hopping on a live stream, that's really cool. Well, this is going to come out on or right around Christmas, so wishing you a Merry Christmas. I hope you get some time with family and loved ones, or if you're working, hopefully it goes smoothly.
Yeah.
Sorry for the week off. Appreciate everybody. Thanks to Healthy Roster. Thanks to SmartToolsPlus.com. Thanks to Athletic Trainer Insurance Plus. Again, check out our website. We'll be back. We'll record next week, Nate.
Yeah, we should.
We're just saying this gets uploaded right around Christmas.
Yeah, and then sorry about missing last week.
Yeah, we missed last week because I got COVID.
Yep.
if you're listening to this, go check out our website. Leave us suggestions on social media. All sorts of fun things. We would rather talk about what you want us to talk about, and then that way we don't have to come up with the show content ourselves. So we're just doing what you guys want us to do. So
All right, everybody.
hope everybody has a good Christmas.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Knowledge is king.